Today, Porsches include 14 911s and a Boxster. Hi there. Porsche Sold and Bring a Trailer include a black 2000 911 Coupe with 97,000 miles that sold for $26,500. A murdered out 996, this car was well presented, and some comments suggested that it was perhaps deceptively photographed. For what it is and might be, this was likely on the high side of fare. A GT Silver 40,000 mile 2004 911 40th Anniversary Edition sold for $43,000. Lots of fours here. These are limited edition cars, 1963 produced. Perhaps strangely, more limited edition 2004 911s were produced than non-anniversary editions. This seems a solid car, and the sale was fair. A slate gray over gray 42,000 mile 2007 911S Cabriolet sold for $47,000. Good color and sold just a tad high. This price could certainly be rationalized as fair by most. An Arctic Silver 33,000 mile 2007 911S Coupe sold for $56,000. As the last car presented, sold just a tad high, rationalizing, etc., fair to most. A black 1989 911 Coupe 3.4 liter with 110,000 miles sold for $58,500. Flood damaged 30 years ago, and with a rebuilt engine, it's likely the previous owner of 15 years and 50,000 miles sorted any gremlins. The car isn't perfect, but it is fair, as was the sale price. A yellow, modified ST style 1970 911T Coupe Twin-Plug 2.5 liter sold for $88,500. A lot of track car for the money with some deferred maintenance due. This was likely a bargain. I'll show more and talk about this racer in today's short video. A light ivory 1971 911T Coupe 2.4 liter sold for $114,000. In storage for 20 years, rebuilt in 2012, and with the engine refreshed to 200 horsepower last year at a cost of $54,000, this was at least a fair sale. A black 2007 911 GT3 with 27,000 miles sold for $127,000. A big bargain on a black beauty. It's had an accident. Still, I think there's value here. A polar silver modified 33,000 mile turbocharged 1996 911 C4S sold for $128,911. Twice listed here in the past year. First bid to $125,000 in October 22 and then $119,000 in July. This seems well sold. 400 horsepower at the wheels though. It runs, but apparently not fast enough to outrun those spats ahead of the rear wheels. Ugh. A Grand Prix White 1991 911 Coupe with 56,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $135,000. An exceptional 993. This was a top of market sale. Better than average 993 coupes fall in the 90 plus zone, cabs in the 60s, as we've recently shown. A carmine red over black and red 2023 911 Targa 4 GTS with 1,000 miles sold for $217,000. Sticker here was $220,000. Well sold, but no waiting for a spec like this. But red vents? No. A Gulf Blue 2022 911 GT3 with 1,900 miles sold for $260,000. Sticker here was $195. Love it. Color? Blue. See? Well sold. On cars and bids, a Carrera White 2006 911 S with 89,000 miles sold for $45,997. Equipped with the factory aero kit, this was a 997 sold at a fair price. Spats? No. Taco wing? See. On PCarMarket, a triple black 2010 Boxster S with 55,000 miles sold for $30,000. Not a bad car, pushed to the edge of fair. Better wheels would help. Speaking of better wheels improving a car, a Pacific Blue Rest of World 1982 911 Turbo sold for $73,800. Lack of any vehicle history makes this car a roll of the dice. The color's uncommon, the mileage unknown, the wheel finish straight out of the 80s, the seats from somewhere, and the bolted on gauge, cool to a 12-year-old. Maybe not. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, November 21st. A black 1988 Porsche 924S Special Edition with 68,000 miles was bid to $11,273. A linen gray over beige 16,000 mile 1990 944 S2 Cabriolet was bid to $14,500. An Arctic Silver over black LS3 powered 2005 Boxster S with 62,000 miles was bid to $33,750. Yikes. A Rosso Corsa over black 21,000 kilometer Euro 1995 F355 GTS was bid to $185,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well.